And a very pleasant good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City on YouTube's Jai-Alai Channel. I'm Andrew Bleckman, and I'm pleased to welcome you to this Friday matinee performance. We will have 9 games for you beginning at 12 noon, in addition to fast and fun Jai-Alai action. Each of today's games offer win, place, show, quinella, exacta, and trifecta wagering. If these terms are new to you, we'll explain them throughout the performance. We also have a couple specialty wagering options. We have a pick 3 wager that begins before the start of game number 4. Correctly pick the winners of games 4 through 6 for your chance to cash in on that pick 3. We also have the high-paying high 5 jackpot, which begins in game 3 with its $2,000 guarantee. But folks, the real storyline here, that carryover just under $1,600. I think it was just under $1,600 for that high 5 today. So given what's been bet into it, around $2,000 over the past few performances there, we should be well over that $2,000 guarantee and in store for a nice payout for that high 5. And again, you got to pick the winners of games 3 through 7. If you correctly pick all 5 winners and you are the only ticket with that combination of numbers, that is how you will get that jackpot as part of the high 5. And that begins before the start of game number 3. And of course, we have that all-new Mighty Ocho jackpot available before the start of game number 1 there. That carryover climbing around a $2,000 guarantee. Highest we've seen on that is, I think we've gotten 6 out of 8. But no one has yet to make that Mighty Ocho jackpot go, so maybe it could be you today. Scott said yesterday that's going to be forced out here in a couple weeks at the end of the meet, so you have a couple more minutes if you'd like to get those wagers in for the Ocho. And if you would like to wager online, we have online wagering available at watchandwager.com. Or if you're in Connecticut, mywinners.com. But of course, placing bets is not necessary to enjoy all that we have in store for you today. You can play along. Well, we've already begun for this week, but for next week, fantasyhighlight.com, you can play along. Or you can just watch the action here, as many people do, in the live chat. We do not have any scratches in this performance. Again, we do not have any scratches in today's performance. A scratch is when a player who is supposed to play is out of the program. But for today, we are all good. Except we're scratch 1 announcer. Stu will be back here soon, folks. I know everyone misses him. I miss him here. But he will be back here. Maybe in this afternoon performance, but for sure here tomorrow. So we'll get Stu back. And we'll be at full health in the announcer's booth as well. And of course, we recognize many of you are sheltering in place or safer at home or just trying to get by as best you can as we all confront this new normal. And wherever you may be, we hope that you are safe, hope that you're healthy, and we're just glad to be able to bring you sports entertainment this afternoon. We now welcome you to sit back and relax because at 12 noon, it is time to play Jai-Alai. And you see those entries there for game number 1 up on your screen. And that first game will be coming your way now in just about 3 minutes. And as we do before the first game of every performance, we got the video that will explain the scoring format for the first 8 games of this 9-game performance. And that, folks, will be Spectacular 7 scoring. Take a look.
Spectacular 7 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 7 points wins the game.
And now just 2 minutes away from the start of game number 1 here. Last chance to get those bets in for the Mighty Ocho there. Big storyline of the day, as we said here. That high five is carried over the last two performances. It's kind of over these past few weeks, that's been an anomaly. It's been hit, if not every performance, every other performance here. So a 2-game losing streak for that high five. It's on a bit of a schneid here. Maybe someone could hit it, take home well over that $2,000. As we said, they're just under $1,600, or right around $1,600 in the carryover, plus around what's been bet into it these past few performances there takes us well over that $2,000. And you have before the start, up until the start of game number 3, to get those wagers in. And again, there's no scratches in this performance, so the program is all good from game 1 to game 9. And for those of you playing along Fantasy Highlight, we mentioned on the broadcast yesterday, issue with the point totals just for the doubles team of Anderluck and El Barba. That issue has been resolved there. So check out the standings. There's a couple of extra points added to some teams that had Anderluck and El Barba for... No, not sure why those points were adding, but communicated with the website. We figured it out there, so everything is good. All points are accounted for. And those have been reflected there. Go to week 16. That is the current week. You see those in the standings. You see T-Shirk and flirting with the overhead screen. 59 points atop the fantasy leaderboard there. But with 5 more performances to go this week, it's kind of like the first quarter. You know, if you play fantasy football or fantasy basketball, got a long way to go here. So too early to tell who's going to win. 0 minutes on the clock. Good luck to everybody betting, playing fantasy, or just watching for fun. All right. We're ready to play some highlight. We are now ready to begin game number 1. Game 1 will be a spectacular 7 singles match. We'll be playing it up to 7 points. All points will double after all those matchups in the first round of play here. Serving the red at post 1, we have Jedden, and receiving at blue post 2, there's Diaz. Jedden serve begins game number 1. Diaz passes on the reverse. There's Jedden at the 10 line. Diaz now middle of the court. Winds up the costado. Jedden running with it. Stops. Missed the forehand rebote. Point 2. 2 first up on the board. Here in this first game, that'll bring the court. White shirt to post 3. Legend. Sidearm forehand from Legend, taking a big bounce. Diaz back to the 13. He missed it there. Point 3. Onto the court now. Green shirt to post 4. There's Juice. Juice catches a piece of the sidewall on that reverse. There's Legend. Forehand back. That one tipped. Point 3. And 2 straight points for Legend now. And to receive, black shirt to post 5, Lamonte. Legend on the forehand, 9 line. Back to the inside where it's missed by Lamonte, point 3. Here now the yellow shirt, post 6. There's Tennessee. Tennessee keeps this one to the inside. There's Legend, 10 line. Sidearm forehand, Tennessee running in. Thought about it, waits for the rebote. Gets assessed on it. That one just going to nick the front wall. Legend up there. Forehand. One-handed effort by Tennessee. Stopped, but not held on to there. Point 3. Pink shirt to post 7. We have Fred. Fred, hard reverse to the inside, cut off by Legend. 9 line, runner back to the inside. Fred lets it pass first time around. Rebote's not coming out there. Point 3. And in now to receive here, rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt of post 8, Ben. Powerful reverse from Ben. Legend got assessed on it. Not going to get it up to the front wall, though. There, 0.8. And that will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning here's post 1, Jed. Jed on the forehand. Keeps this to the middle of the court. Jed up at the 8 line now. Over the top, back inside. There's Ben. Good adjustment. Takes on the forehand at the 10 line. There's Jed now up at the 9. Stops it. Left side is reverse. Going deep. Herbote coming out. There's Ben. One gets away from him. Up into the overhead screen. Out of play. 0.1. Jed on the board now with 2 points. Returning the blue shirt to post 2, we have Diaz. Diaz winds up the ghost out of there. Jedden on the outside. His forehand. 3-wall play. Going to come back to the middle of the court there. Diaz set up perfectly. Makes the Herbote save. Jedden now at the 9. Hard reverse. Catches that side wall. Comes out middle of the court. Here's Diaz. Forehand back inside again. Jedden good pickup. Going deep. Diaz going to the ground. Digs out the Herbote. Jedden on the forehand. Back inside. Diaz waits at the 10 line. Missed the Herbote there. 0.1. Returning, we have the green shirt to post 4, Juice. Juice dropped the serve there, 0.1. And a possible game point for Jedden playing out of the red shirt to post 1. He has 6 points. And to stop him, Lamonte. Monte over the top of that forehand. Jedden on the inside. Keeps this reverse to the inside there. Right along the side wall. Forehand Herbote by Lamonte. Going to sail wide of the court. Point and game. Red shirt to post 1, Jedden. 3 will place, taking second. We'll have a playoff now to determine show point. That is third place. It's post 8. Ben will serve to post 2, Diaz. Diaz at the 12. Gets that reverse off. There's Ben up at the 8 line, cutting it off. Forehand back over the top. Diaz at the 9 line. His reverse back inside. Ben's going to set up. Tries to turn to the Herbote. Catches the overhead screen. That is out of play. 2 will show. Unofficial order to finish there for game number 1. 1, 3, 2. 1, 3, and 2. Get those official results here coming up in just a moment. And results there of game number 1 are now official as post 1, Jedden with the win. Post 3, Legend taking second, and post 2, Diaz coming in third. 1, 3, 2 is the official order of finish for game number 1 as we wait for these prices to roll across your screen here any moment now. And for Jedden, their second win of the week, taking advantage of these earlier games to go along with 2 places in one show. He's played a lot of games, but been in the money a lot. And certainly taken advantage of those games, finding the win column twice already as those prices there. 1-3-2. The $2 Quinella there, 1-3. Public all over it, $15 even. How about the $2 trifecta there, 1-3-2. The trifecta there, top three finishers in the exact order. Just got to get Jedden, Legend, and Diaz there, 1, 2, 3. If you did that, $2 gets back $89.20. And you got a refund in the win there, and show pools as well. And up next, moving right along here into game number 2, game 2. Same format as the first, will be another spectacular 7 singles match. Playing it back up to 7 points. All points, of course, doubling after all those matchups in the first round of play. See those entries up on your screen. Standard wagering available. Win, play, show, Quinella, exacta, or trifecta wagering. But you still got a couple more minutes to play that high five, which begins in game number 3. We said there that carryover, pretty significant for Magic City standards. We're almost at $2,000 in the carryover alone. So add what's bet into it today, and we should have we'll be well over that $2,000 guarantee, but we'll see how high we can get there as that high five begins before the start of game number 3. And to get you up to the start of game number 2, we got for you. We got a video for any of those new fans out there to explain in simpler terms how the sport of Jai-Alai is played. Take a look.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then, in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And now 4 minutes away from the start of game number 2 there. I didn't have time to give you a rundown of how the day went yesterday. We're in this third performance of the week here on this Friday matinee. So run you down of who's hot, who's not this week. And one guy needs to make a run if he wants to threaten Douglas atop those championship single standings. And he did just that to start the week. And that is number 12, Ron. 4 wins for him in his 8 appearances. And more notably there, Douglas only with 1. So Ron gaining 3 wins on Douglas there. 67 wins for Ron on the season, 80 now for Douglas, so still a pretty significant 13-game advantage, but Ron, a guy doesn't really wear his heart on his sleeve that much, but surely cares and really wants to win that $15,000. Showed it yesterday, played some of the best Jai-Alai he has really played all season, and we'll see if he can add to that total here again today. Already 4 wins on the week for him, as we said here. Bueno taking advantage. Another guy with a couple extra games like Jedden here this week. Usually one of those middle feature game guys. Only his second year with us here at Magic City as well, so not part of that original crew. 3 wins for him here to go along with 3 shows, and saw his value there in fantasy was $8, and it's reflective of the amount of games he's played. Some of these earlier games for him, he can certainly rack up those points. 21 fantasy points for him. And he's coming up here in game number 2, which is a game that he has historically done particularly well in. A couple other guys that are in the win column multiple times. You have Legend, 2 wins for him in those earlier games. Nicely done there, 21 fantasy points. You got Anderluck, 2 wins. And with Anderluck, just a completely different player than we've seen a couple weeks ago. Just, I mean, you could tell just the way he fired the ball coming from his first game yesterday. Was locked in, was focused, and his play spoke for itself there. 2 wins, 3 places, and 1 show. So he was all over the in the monies there. 6 of 8 in the money. Only other guy to do that was Ron. So shows you how well he's been playing this week. And then we said there, Jedden, another guy with 2 wins, picking up his second there in game number 1. Also 2 places and 1 show for him. 18 fantasy points. And again, another guy with his price a little bit higher this week, reflective of the amount of games he is playing in, and especially some of those earlier ones. Although, give Jen credit there. Picked up a win in game number 6, one of those feature games. So certainly that momentum from the earlier games helping him throughout the performances here, as we're now just a minute away to the start of game number 2. So perhaps some of these earlier game players looking to see who can get on the board here. Diaz, only 2 shows for him this week. That was only his 7th appearance, so see if he can add one here in game number 2. We got Lamonte there. Obviously talked about in the chat there a lot yesterday. No finishes in the top 2 for him. Fred, 1 win. Nicely done. There's a $2 value, 5 points for him. Tennessee wasn't able to find the win column here. And last week, Tennessee just dominated there, had 8 wins and 60 fantasy points. So a far cry there from last week. But he's been in the money there 4 times in his 8 appearances, just looking for that elusive first win, see if he can get it here. All right, coming up in game number 2, which is ready to begin. We're ready to begin game number 2. Game 2, another spectacular 7 singles match here. Back up to 7 points. Serving the red here, we have Lamonte receiving Juice. Lamonte serve there begins game number 2. Nice reverse there from Juice. Forehand rebote. Played high off the front wall. Big bounce. Juice backing up. Missed it there at the 12 line. Point 1. One first up on the board here in this second game. That'll bring to the court. White shirt to post 3, Tennessee. Point 3. Tennessee on the board there, 1 point. And a receive green shirt to post 4, we have Diaz. Tennessee dropped it there at the 7 line, point 4. Onto the court, the black shirt to post 5 there. We have number 22, Bueno. Diaz scooped it up. Goes deep. There's making a nice catch on the forehand. At the 11 line, back to the inside. Diaz runs under it, crashes into the wall, gets it off in time. There's Bueno up at the 6 line. Hard forehand back inside. Diaz, one hand. He's got it. Plays it to the outside. There's Bueno with a good catch low. Gives him the carom. That one not cutting out. Diaz gets there on the outside. Diaz with the carom back. Sidearm carom. That one not scoring. Bueno, 3rd time. That's the charm. It scores. Point 5. Great point there played by these two. Bueno on the board now with 1 point. He serves yellow shirt to post 6. There's Jedden. Jedden goes deep with that reverse. Rebote. Forehand. Bueno going back for it. Gets it up off the front wall. Charging in on a hop. Jedden tipped it. Point 5. In now, pink shirt to post 7. There's Fred. Fred brings it down, goes straight outside with it. Bueno's going to get there. Forehand back to the middle of the court. Stop by Fred. At the 11 line, his forehand back over the top. Bueno backpedals, stops. Comes back over the top with this. Still in the middle of the court there. Fred on a hop. Played to the corner there of the front wall. And Bueno missed it. 0.7. In receiving and rounding out the first round of play, post 8, Legend. Fred, at forehand just above the pad. Legend, good stop there up at the 8 line. Gets it off, goes deep. Robote comes out. Fred, forehand. That one hits again. Legend on the move. Gets there at the 6 line. Hard forehand back inside. Scores, 0.8. And that will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning, here's post 2, Juice. Serve was good. That scores. 0.8. That serve was in. Scores for post 8 there, Legend. He has 3 now, serving the returning 1 post, Lamonte. That serve scores, 0.8. Possible game point now. Straight points to a possible game point for Legend. No. In to stop him, here's Tennessee, post 3. Robote. Tennessee there on the outside. Hard forehand. Legend, good stop beyond the 11 line. Plays it high off the front wall. Tipped by Tennessee. That is point and a perfect game to the purple shirt of post 8, Legend. 5 places, taking second. That's Bueno. The remaining teams will pair off and play off for show point. To begin, post 4, Diaz serves. Post 7, Fred. Robote left side by Diaz going to the ground. Good save. Will score. 0.4. Post 1, Lamonte now will serve to Tennessee. In this continuing playoff for show point, the winner will take on Diaz. That one an underserve. Came up short of the 4 line. Got to get those serves between the 4 and 7. Point goes to the 3. Now Diaz will serve to Tennessee. And this will be for show point. Diaz missed it. Tennessee, post 3 will show. Unofficial order finish for game 2, 8-5-3. 8-5 and 3. We'll get those official results here in just a moment. And those results from Game 2 now official. Post 8, Legend with the win and a perfect game for him. 3rd win of the week already there. So if you have Legend as a $4 play, 3 wins in addition to, 3 places too. Legend just filling up the statue there. 26 fantasy points for him. Tied for Ron with the lead as a $4 value. You know Ron was worth $9 there. So if you picked Legend, I'm sure you're off to a pretty good start in that fantasy there. 8-5-3 there was official. It's Legend there with the win. Post 5, Bueno taking second. Post 3, Tennessee coming in third as the prices are up on your screen. The $2 Quinella there, 5-8. or 8-5. The quinella there. Top two finishers in any order. Could have had the 5 on top. Could have had the 8 on top. Doesn't matter as long as that other number is coming in second there. You're a winner on the quinella there. $2 returns $19.20. The $2 trifecta there. 853. 109 even. Those exacta prices. Look at that. $2 exacta there. With Legend on top, with Bueno coming in second there off of $2, $159.60. Those exacta prices have been up there all week. Continues here in game 2. Nice. Up next, folks, starting the meat of the program here, we got game number 3. And more importantly, game 3 marks the start of that high 5. Those were the Game 2 entries. Game 3 entries, there they are. Game 3 marks the start of that high 5, folks. You see the entries up on your screen for that right now. That high 5 with right around 1,600 in the carryover. It's guaranteed at $2,000, but will be well over that $2,000 mark today. If you don't know what it is, you like to play, it's a pick 5. You correctly pick the winners of games 3 through 7. If you get all of those winners correct and you are the only ticket with that combination of numbers, that is how you claim that jackpot there. But you got to get all 5 winners and you have to be the only ticket. If no one gets it, half of the pool will carry over into the next performance. That's the high 5. And you're going to have about 8 more minutes to get those last minute bets in for that.
Welcome to the Week 15 edition of the 2020 Magic City Jai-Alai Rebote Recap. This past week, we saw another standout performance by our singles championship leader, Douglas. Number 13 piled on 13 more singles victories, increasing his advantage over first place to an astounding 16 games. Ron, on the other hand, continues to slip further away from the number 1 spot that he commanded just 3 weeks ago. Number 12 collected 4 singles victories in Week 15, but it wasn't nearly enough to keep pace with the winning machine that is Douglas. Ron's 63 wins are still good enough for second place overall, with plenty of breathing room between himself and the third place player, Bueno. The second generation Pelotari added 3 crucial victories, giving him 48 singles wins on the season to maintain that all-important third and final bonus money slot. Right on his tail in fourth place, though, is Magic City sweetheart, Tennessee. The former Canes pitcher and fan favorite dominated the early games, earning himself 8 singles wins in Week 15. Tennessee now sits just 2 games outside of third place with 46 victories. And rounding out the top 5 is Ikeda. However, number 23 was only able to tally just 1 victory across his singles appearances throughout the week. After a couple of uncharacteristic performances, Ikeda needs to get back on track in a hurry, as Carballo with 40 wins and Ben and Kubala with 39 wins are hot on his heels and determined to climb their way up the standings. And yet again, out of all the impressive and hard-fought play we saw from the roster at Magic City, the best singles output was reserved for number 13, Douglas. The young gun and Jai-Alai phenom earned his 3rd consecutive Golden Cesta after collecting 13 singles wins, including a resounding finish to the week with a Grand Slam performance on Sunday. The Wonder Boy has won 45 total games over the last 3 weeks. So far, no one has been able to find the formula to take down last year's champ, who is winning at a ridiculous clip of just under 44%. Douglas was waiting in the gate for a while, but he is officially off to the races and well on his way to successfully defending his title as singles champion. Congratulations again to Douglas on his 3rd Golden Cesta of the 2020 season. Week 15 saw the highly anticipated return of doubles games to the Magic City Jai-Alai fronton. Although the results of these games don't count towards the Doubles Championship Series, players and fans alike were eager to experience the exhilaration and speed of doubles action once again. Douglas and Lamonte, the champions of this season's first doubles tournament, struggled to find their footing early on, but managed to find their groove before the end of the week. They secured 1 doubles victory in addition to having the highest in-the-money percentage of all the doubles pairs in Week 15 at over 71%. After missing the first doubles tournament entirely, Ron was on a mission to prove he's not just a singles player, but a serious force to be reckoned with in doubles too. He and Juice finished in the money in 4 of their 7 appearances, including 2 outright victories. The only other team to claim 2 wins was the familiar and downright formidable duo of Bueno and Tennessee. The sweetheart pairing, also reunited for Magic City's first tournament of the season, didn't skip a beat, exhibiting their strong on-court communication and consistency all week long. Going into Week 16, we expect to see the same doubles pairings as Magic City continues with 1 doubles game per performance throughout the end of August. Shout out to this week's fantasy winner, the name you've all been waiting to hear out loud, Willy Winker and the Pelota Factory. Team Willy Winker and the Pelota Factory will receive a Magic City Jai-Alai t-shirt as well as the full $100 cash prize for its stellar performance in Week 15. Watch our weekly fantasy review on our Instagram page at Jai-Alai Channel for more details on Willy Winker's winning Week 15 lineup. Every week is a new chance to earn points for your fantasy team, so you can always come back to your team or join the league at any time. And remember, the cash prize of $100 sponsored by Magic City Jai-Alai will remain unlocked as long as there are 100 or more active league members. But that's not all. If we surpass 150 active members, Magic City has agreed to increase the prize money to $150, and it will remain unlocked at that value. So help us spread the word. The more people who play, the more money you can win. Visit fantasyhighlight.com to join the league for free, draft your own fantasy team, and start winning like Willy Winker. This week's Rebote play goes to the most electrifying player on the roster, Carballo. As one of the most unpredictable players from day to day, number 3 is always dropping jaws, soaring across the court, and laying his body on the line. Even when you think you have the point won, Carballo has a knack for pulling off the impossible. That was on full display this past Saturday in this scorcher of a point as Douglas fired a picture-perfect Rebote outside placement that seemed like a sure winner. But in typical Carballo fashion, he positioned himself perfectly to execute a Rebote 2-wall that just narrowly kissed the front glass to score. Just another Picasso-like masterpiece from number 3. Watch it for yourself in this Rebote Play of the Week.
Outside placement of the forehand Rebote, and it's absolutely stopped by Carballo. And Carballo's return scores.
And the Rebote recap from Week 15 last week here at Magic City brings us up to the start of game number 3 and that high 5. Good luck to everyone participating. We'll see if that jackpot will go in this performance. 1567 was in the carryover, plus over 2,100 bet into it. Will be well over $3,000 for that high 5. Good luck. Game 3. We got Lamonte post 1 serving to Fred. Blue post 2 to start it off. Lamonte there missed on the forehand. Point 2. Fred here serves post 3. Juice. Juice forehand in the top of the pad. Point 2. 2 straight points for Fred. Going to receive green shirt at post 4. Here's Tennessee. Fred on a hop brings it in. Forehand, back inside. There's Tennessee at the 10 line. Hard reverse. Rebote coming out. Fred stops, gets assessed on it, but that's going to sail wide of the court. Point 4. Tennessee on the board now, 1 point. And to receive black shirt at post 5, we have Jedden. Tennessee on the forehand, sidearm. Back inside, Jedden running with it. Missed it there, point 4. And to receive here, yellow shirt to post 6. Number 77, El Barba. Reverse 2-all. That scores. Point 6. In receive, pink shirt to post 7. Here's Legend. Sidearm forehand back inside. El Barba cuts it off at the 9 line. Going deep with that reverse. Legend stops. Rebote left side. Turn to the outside. There's El Barba. Forehand into the pad. Point 7. In to receive here, rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt to post 8. Here's Diaz. Legend on the forehand at the 9 line. Plays it back to the inside. Diaz running, catches it in the air, goes for the 2-wall, and that is perfectly executed there. Point 8. That will do it for the first round of play. All matchups now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning, here's post 1, Lamonte. Rebote forehand from Diaz. Lamonte charge again. Good catch there. Picks it clean off the side wall. Diaz. Rebote back inside. Lamonte brings it down. Goes deep with his reverse. There's Diaz up at the 7 line. Turns it back to the inside. High bouncer. Slow roller there. Scores. Point 8. Returning, here's the white shirt to post 3, Juice. Juice missed the serve there, point 8. And straight points to a possible game point here for Diaz. He's got 5 points in to stop him here. Post 2, Fred. Diving Rebote save. Fred up at the 6 line. Gets there. Cortana scores. Game will continue here. Point 2. Fred now 4 points. Here's Jedden returning. Black shirt to post 5. Karam from Jedden on the outside. Fred's going to get there. One hand. Jedden's got it. Fires it going back. Great save. There's Fred. Forehand back inside. Scores. Great effort by Jedden there to keep the play going, but Fred scores there. That gives him possible game point. And to stop him here, post 4, Tennessee. Tennessee on a hop, brings it down. At the 9 line, goes high off the front wall. Looking for a big bounce. Fred lets it pass. Forehand Rebote. Just does clear the overhead screen there. Tennessee couldn't bring it in. That is point and game to the blue shirt of post 2, Fred. No playoff here. 8's going to place. 4 shows. Unofficial order of finish for it. Game number 3 there. 2-8-4. 2-8 and 4. Those official results coming up momentarily. And results of Game 3 now official there. Post 2, Fred with the win. Post 8, it's Diaz taking second. Post 4, Tennessee coming in third. 2-8-4 is now official. We'll wait for those prices to come up on your screen. And there are your prices there for Game 3. Nobody had Fred to win. It's got to go down there to Diaz. Consolation in the win there if you had Diaz. Pays out $5.60. Don't throw out those tickets. And how about the $2 Cornell there? 2-8. Whoa. 2-8 or 8-2. 111.60. Didn't see how much was bet into the pool there, but pretty nice payout there off of $2. I have a $1 exacta there, 2-8, 103.50. Off of $1 there, not bad. The $2 try, 2-8-4, 402.20. Coming up next, we've got game number 4, Game 4. You guessed it again, another spectacular 7 singles match. We're going back up to 7 points, and of course all those points will still double after all matchups in the first round of play. Game 4 marks the start of that pick 3 as well. Correctly pick the winners of games 4 through 6 for your chance to cash in on that pick 3. This is your last opportunity to get those wagers in. You have about 6 minutes till we get set up for game number 4.
Remind me of Hustle City, man. Everybody got more than one gig. One stop, boy, $20.
I'm not your neighborhood Uber driver. I do luxury. And then I have another job. I play highlight.
I have this crazy idea. Do you think we could send something out to all the ex-athletes for the last 20 years and say, we're looking to hire and train highlight players?
When I first got the email, I thought it was pranking me.
I need some clarity on this.
I went on YouTube and I Googled highlight.
I was like, Jai-Alai.
They paying us, man, and we can win big money.
Let me see what this is all about.
That's what you gotta do. Get some money.
The players taking the court are all athletes you may recognize.
Baseball, football, track and field.
Having to work, play Division I sport, and then I had a child on the way, so I dropped out.
The crack era was tough. Sports in general was a way out of our environment.
It's really game time now, man.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
We got the streets on fire.
This is gonna be the first time that my kids will be able to sit in the audience and root for their father.
Who wants it more?
This is a sacrifice I think is going to pay off in the end.
This is a dream for me.
I gotta win.
Can't get drama better than this.
Highlight became the new hustle.
Let's get ready to play.
And folks, that was a trailer there for the award-winning documentary Magic City Hustle, about the start of the highlight program here at Magic City just a few years ago. And if you'd like to watch that for yourself there, and we highly recommend it if you're watching the action here to get a better understanding of the program, what exactly is trying to be built here at Magic City, head on over to our website, MagicCityCasino.com. There, under the Highlight tab, see a button that says Magic City Hustle. You click on that, it'll take you directly to the website, or you just type in MagicCityHustle.com into your browser. Either way you do it, it'll take you to the same main screen, where you could make a purchase of that film, full-length film, might we add there, over 2 hours. You can purchase it for $5, and from there, enjoy it as many times as you like. We are now 2 minutes away from the start of game number 4 here. And that win there for Fred in game number 3 makes it awfully interesting for that high 5. We talked about his struggles as of late on the season there for Fred. That is his 7th win total. He has 2 this week. Obviously missed a couple of weeks with injury. But lowest win percentage on the roster, getting it done again. One win yesterday, first leg of the high five, comes again in game 3. So Fred owning these game 3s here this week. But you got to think they're given the post position, or earlier post position. I'm sure there's some combinations that are out there still with a lot of legs to go in that high five, but that certainly did some damage there, I would guess, for a lot of those combos. You see one new face here coming up in this fourth game and playing out of post 7. That's Anderluck, a guy that we talked about here on the week. Been playing extremely well out of the gates. Almost as good as you can get there. 2 wins for him, 3 places and 1 show, 6 in the money finishes in his 8 games. 21 fantasy points if you had him in that. So as a $5 play, him and Legend looking like 2 of the best values of the week. But a lot more points to go still, as we've got game 4 coming up right now.
All right, game time.
We're now ready to begin game number 4. Game 4, another spectacular 7 singles match. Playing up to 7 points, all points doubling after all those matchups in the first round of play. To begin serving in the red of post 1, we have Tennessee receiving the blue post 2. There's Juice. Tennessee at the 10 line. Forehand, top of the pad. Any part of that pad is bad. Point 2. Two first up on the board here in this fourth game. Bring to the court white shirt. Post 3, there's Legend. Point 2. 2 points for Juice to open up this fourth game and receive green shirt at post 4. Here's Bueno. Tip by Juice there, point 4. Bueno now on the board, 1 point. Here's the black shirt to post 5. We have Ben. Ben up at the 9 line. Hard reverse. There's Bueno on the forehand. Keeps this one inside. Ben backed up. Comes back over to the top there. Here's Bueno. Back up at the 9 line. Stops, fires that reverse. Ben turns, waits for the rebote and gets it off. Backing up is Bueno there. Middle of the court, 11 line. High off the front wall. Ben's going to let it pass again. Waits for the rebote, gets it off. But a little too high. Into the overhead screen. That's out of play there, point 4. It now with the yellow shirt to post 6. There's El Barba. Bueno's good catch low there. Fires that forehand back inside. El Barba at the 11 line. Sidearm. Cut off. Bueno's up at the 7 now. Reaching up. In and out of the cested it goes. Point 4. Here's the pink shirt of post 7. Anderluck. Anderlick, hard forehand. There's Bueno. Stops it. Played back middle of the court. Quick bounce. Anderlick bringing it in. Sidearm forehand. Back inside. Bueno picks it clean off the side wall. Good catch low. Goes deep with it. Anderlick, 7 line. Robote turned outside. That one missed. 0.7. And into receive here, rounding out the first round of play, comes the purple shirt of post 8, Jed. Scores 0.7. And that will do it for the first round of play. All matchups now worth 2 points to the end of the game. Returning, here's post 1, Tennessee. Robote forehand from Anderlick. Slow roller, high bouncer. Tennessee goes to the outside with it. Anderlick gets there. Hard back to the inside. One hand brings it in. Unbelievable catch from Tennessee. Goes deep with that reverse. Forehand back inside. Good adjustment there at the last seconds up at the 9 line. Plays this reverse back. Robote forehand. Tennessee's got that one low. Keeps to the middle of the court with that sidearm. And will score 0.1. Tennessee now 2 points. There's the white shirt of post 3, Legend. Tennessee there, crashing into the wall, got it on the forehand. Sidearm, back inside, there's Legend, good stop. Goes for the carom, Tennessee was there on the outside. Low forehand, stop from Legend. Plays it up back to the inside. That reverse, Tennessee's Robote. Top of the pad again there. 0.3. Returning here's post 2, Diaz. That's Juice. Juice, long carom. There's Legend on the outside. Reaching up, there's Juice with a nice catch. Carambola played back softly. Legend got there, dropped it. 0.2. Here's post 5, Ben. Ben snatches that up low. There's Juice. Nice catch off the side wall. Nice reverse back. Here's Ben going deep. This one clears the overhead screen, coming way out. Juice makes a lot of contact with it. Hits off the front wall. Here's Ben up at the 5 line. That forehand will score. 0.5. Ben on the board now, 2 points. Here's post 6, returning El Barba. Ben missed it up at the 9 line, 0.6. El Barba on the board now, 2 points. Returning, here's the 4 post, Bueno. Point 6. Here's post 8, Jedden. Jetting up at the 9 line. El Barba was on the move already. He's up at the 6. Catches a piece of the sidewall where it does score. 0.6. El Barba now with 3 straight points. Points being doubled, giving him a possible game point here. And to stop him, here's Anderluck, post 7. Hard forehand, scores, 0.7. And returning here, Tennessee, red shirt of post 1. Tennessee goes up the wall, makes a nice catch. Rabote comes out. Anderluck missed it. 0.1. Tennessee now 4 points. Here's Legend, post 3, returning. Legend keeping this one to the inside. That scoop attempt missed by Tennessee, 0.3. Legend with 4 points. Here's Juice returning, post 2, also with 4 points. Legend sends that one to the outside where it'll hit just inside the line and score. 0.3, giving him here a possible game point with 6. And to stop him, Ben. Catch by Ben off the serve, reaching up. Legend gives him the Dejada. Ben's got the legs. He gets there. Hard forehand. Scores. Keeps this game going. 0.5. A lot of points on the board here in this 4th game. Ben now with 4. He serves the green shirt of post 4 returning. That's Bueno. Bueno goes deep. Hard forehand back inside. Ben with a great pickup at the 10 line. Fires it back. Here's Bueno up at the 8. Over the top, his forehand. Gets by Ben first time around. Hangs with it. Gets it up. There's Bueno now up at the 5 line. Winds up the Costado to the outside. That works. Costado outside placement there. Scores for Bueno, giving him a possible game point. He has 5 points here in to stop him. Post 8. Jedden. Jedden that reverse. Too hard, too high, out of play. That is point and game to the green shirt of post 4, Bueno. Have a playoff here to determine place and show. That's 2nd and 3rd. You got post 6 serving to post 3. It's going to be El Barba. He'll be serving to Legend. El Barba, sidearm forehand, Legend up at the 7 line, cutting it off. Goes deep, Rabote out. El Barba going to the ground. That's a Rabote save on the 2-wall. Legend brings it down, back to the middle of the court. That one scores. 3 will place, 6 will show. Unofficial order to finish there, 4. Game number 4, 4, 3, 6, 4, 3, and 6. Get those official results here coming up in just a moment. And the results there for Game 4 now official. Post 4, Bueno with the win. Post 3, that's Legend taking second. And Post 6, El Barba in the money there. El Barba comes in third. Unofficial. Not unofficial anymore. Now official there, 4-3-6 for game number 4. As you see those prices on your screen, the $2 Quinella there, 3-4. Public all over at $16 even off a $2 bet. And 50-cent trifecta there. 50 cents, 4-3-6. Returns $243.60. And again, that win price for Bueno there, certainly one of the favorites there, playing out at Post 4. $8.20 to win off of $2. Not sure how much was bet into it there, but not bad for Bueno. Moving right along into game number 5 now. Game 5, if you've been with us these past few weeks, is our one and only doubles game of this performance. So strap in here for this 5th game. It's going to be quick, it's going to be fast, but we got doubles action back here at Magic City. For one time in this performance. No specialty wagering options available here, although you'll get the second number as part of that pick 3, third number as part of that pick 5, and many important fantasy points on the line here in this doubles game, which will be coming your way now in just about 6 minutes. 6 minutes away from game number 5.
I love Jai-Alai. I think Jai-Alai's a beautiful game. My favorite part of playing Jai-Alai would be that I get to compete. I get to come into a facility with other competitors that are trying their hardest. I get to come out here and try my hardest. Win or lose, you feel a sense of accomplishment at the end of the day after coming in and giving it your all. My 2020 goal is when you open up the program, it should say Chris Bueno, win percentage 150 or better, and in the money percentage 400 or better. I'm going to finish every game that I get possible game point.
And that was Bueno there picking up his 4th win of the week already there. He has now jumped into a tie for the lead in that Golden Cesta. And that Golden Cesta, for those of you new to the program here, it's kind of like a Player of the Week award. It's given to the guy that earns the most singles wins each week. It's not a monetary bonus or anything like that, just one of those things we have for fun here at Magic City. Award it to the best singles player each week. And now Bueno and Ron tied at 4 wins apiece. But you've yet to see Ron in singles action. I'm sure he'll be eager to add to that great performance he put on yesterday with his 4 wins. And now with just under 5 minutes till we get into game number 5, for those of you that may have missed this explanation video here at the top of the program, well, here it is again to explain in simpler terms how the sport of Jai-Alai is played.
The main rule of Jai-Alai is simple. Players must catch and return the ball in one fluid motion. Sounds easy enough, right? So how do you win? You can win a matchup simply if your opponent overserves, underserves, or serves the ball out of bounds. On the flip side, your opponent wins the matchup if the serve is so good that you fail to catch and return the ball to the front wall. If your opponent fails to catch the ball before it bounces twice on the ground, or if your opponent's cesta makes contact with the ball but doesn't catch it, then, in both of those cases, you win the matchup. You can also win a matchup if the ball bounces around in your opponent's cesta during an attempted catch. This is called juggling, and it's illegal in Jai-Alai. Another way to win a matchup is if your opponent throws the ball and it lands out of bounds on its return from the wall. The overall game strategy for a Jai-Alai player is to make it difficult for an opponent to reach the ball in time or to execute a rebuttal play.
And that doubles game now just under 4 minutes away. I'll remind you of the standings here on the week. We've only played 2 games, only 1 doubles game per performance. And if you're familiar with how we do the doubles here at Magic City, it's usually a doubles tournament. You stay with the same partner There's bonus money at the end. Obviously, due to the program here, and we're dealing with a lot of scratches for the past few months. We had that first doubles tournament, which was won by the team of Douglas and Lamonti. These doubles games do not count as part of any doubles tournament. They're just one game per performance. These guys have stuck with the same partner. They will stick with them through the end of August, but there's no bonus money at the end of it. There's just one doubles game per performance to get some doubles action back and get these guys ready for that second doubles tournament, which hopefully will be starting up here shortly in the next few weeks. And on the week here, these doubles teams in their 2 games. Bueno in Tennessee is a $3 play. They have 1 win. Lamonti and Douglas, the reigning champs, just talked about them. They also have 1 win. Anderluck and El Barba, that interesting doubles pairing there from last week. Volo was scratched, El Barba the only other guy available there, threw him in with Anderluck, and they've shown signs of brilliance. 1 place and 1 show for them. They're in the money in both of their appearances. 5 total fantasy points is tied with Bueno in Tennessee and Lamonti and Douglas for the most on the roster. Juice and Ron finished second in one of their games, and then finally Jedden and Ben, 1 show for them. So 5 more doubles games to go. Many important fantasy points on the line, as you could have spent $3, $2, or $1 on your doubles team. And it looks like the most expensive pairings right now are scoring. So we'll see how that plays out here. We got this 5th game coming up. And a question to us actually forwarded from the Highlight Channel about referee Frank and what exactly is going on with the hands there. I'm not a big soccer guy, but from my days playing FIFA, pretty sure that when the official puts his palms up to the sky, that's when the team has the advantage. In soccer, there's a foul, but they still have the advantage. They still have the ball. So basically, what Frank is saying there is, plays good, carry on. Usually he does that, puts the palms to the sky there. I've noticed that a couple times too. But that's when guys look over, they think the ball is out, think it's an underserve, they think it may have been tipped, but Frank tells them, those palms out, it's not that he's not aware of the call, doesn't know. It's just the way they do it in soccer. I'm sure Frank's a big soccer fan there, how he got that. But no, Frank's been spectacular, especially one man doing a job that is really supposed to be done by 2, and he's out there, been all over the court, eagle eye out there on those calls, great movement, and it's made some fine catches out there on the outside as well. But no, definitely not anything that he can't see the call. Just for those of you that are familiar with soccer, I believe that's what he's doing, just to carry on. There's nothing illegal there. We are now 1 minute away from the start of game number 5.
All right, let's begin.
We're ready to begin this 5th game, game 5. One and only doubles game in this performance. Spectacular 7 scoring. Got the red team, red shirts, Jen and Ben serving. Blue shirts, Carballo and Diaz. Jen serve there begins. His 5th game there. Ben, nice reverse. Carballo on the forehand. He's got it. 10 line. Sidearm forehand back inside. There's Carballo. Over the top. Ben on a hop. Brings it down. He's at the 12 line. High off the front wall. Diaz winds it up there. Goes to the outside. There's Jedden. Costado into the pad. Point 2. Two first up on the board here in this 5th game. That'll bring the court. White shirts post 3. It's a team of Bueno and Tennessee. Bueno missed it up at the 8.2. And now the green shirts post 4. Team of Ron and Juice. Ron goes deep right off the bat with that reverse. There's Diaz up at the front court. It's a diving rebote save. Bring it in on the left side. Ron deep once more. Carballo out of the way. Calls for Diaz to take it. He does, sending this one outside. Ron on a hop, brings it down, goes for the carom. Diaz almost overran it. Gets back in position there. His 2-wall. That had a lot of spin on it. Vicious cut. That's going to sail just wide of the court. Point 4. And now the black shirts post 5. Here's the duo of Legend and Kubala. Kubala, reverse 2-wall. Juice snatches it up in the front court. He's up at the 6 line. Gives him the soft play of the day. Hada, one hand from Kubala. Got assessed on it. But that overhead screen is out of play. Point 4. 2 straight points for the 4 team now. Got the yellow shirts post 6. Here's Ikeda and Fred. Ron. Reverse missed by Ikeda back at the 12 line. That scores point 4. And we'll see if we have the pink shirts, post 7. Douglas and Lamonte. Douglas, nice reverse. Ron, one hand, beautifully done. Here's Douglas now, beyond the 12 line. His reverse stays under the overhead screen. Ron backed up to the back wall there, and his reverse catches the overhead screen. That is out of play. Point 7. And now rounding out the first round of play, purple shirts post 8. It's that duo of Vanderluck and El Barba. Split placement, scores. Point 8. That will do it for the first round of play. All matchups now worth 2 points to the end of the game. Returning, red shirts post 1, Jedden and Ben. Ben, that's a big reverse. Vanderluck on the move. He's got speed. He'll get there. Lays it up off the front wall. Ben goes high with that forehand. El Barba calls for Vanderluck to take it. He does. This one back to the inside. Ben backed up at the 11. Sidearm forehand to the inside. There's Vanderluck cutting it off. 7 line. Hard reverse. There's Jedden. Leaping is Vanderluck. He tipped it. Point 1. 2 points for the red shirts. Returning, here's the duo of Bueno and Tennessee. Post 3. Ben missed it first time around. Back quarter comes there to help, and that worked and scores. Former defensive back playing some good defense there. Point 1. One team now with 4 points. Here's Diaz and Carballo returning. Post 2. Ben missed it again. There's Jedden. He's got his 6 once more. There's Carballo. Low, hard reverse. Stopped by Jedden. Carballo backing up at the 13 line. Catch over his head. Plays his forehand back inside. There's Ben. Leaping beyond the 13. Fires it back inside. Carballo charging on a hop. Brings it down. High off the front wall. There's Ben. Diaz now cutting it off up in the front court. Goes deep. There's Ben. He's got it beyond the 11. Plays this one middle of the court. Carballo brings it down on a hop once more. Soft play from the 12. Jedden up there. Gets it. 6 line. Going deep. Carballo calls for Diaz to take it. He got there. He missed the rebote. Point one. Possible game point now for the red shirts post one, Jedden and Ben. They have 6 points in to stop them. The black shirts, Kubal and Legend. Ben picks it clean off the sidewall with a nice grab. There's Kubala, 9 line. Hose deep. Jedden calls for it, takes it. Gets it up to the middle of the court. Legend's there. 6 line. Hard back inside. Ben, good stop. At the 11. Hard reverse. Catch by Kubala on the left side. Jedden switches up, takes it on the forehand. Keeps to the inside. Big bouncer, that's brought down. Kubala goes high off the front wall now. Ben lets it go. Jedden. Not enough to get it up to the front wall there. This game will continue. Point 5. Five team on the board now, 2 points. Got the yellow shirts at post 6, Ikeda and Fred back to receive. That's an underserve. Came up short of the 4 line. Got to get those serves between the 4 and 7. Point 6. Here's the returning 4 post. Ron and Juice. They have 3 points. Caught by Ikeda there beyond the 12 line. Ron backing up. Tipped it. Point 6. Pink shirts post 7 return. Did he catch that? My God, my goodness. What a catch by Ikeda in the back corner. Stopped it at the 11 line, plays it back. Amante lets it go. Here's Douglas now. Ikeda, 11 line. Here's Douglas. Great stop. Goes deep with it. Ikeda on the forehand now. Over his head, making the catch. Comes over the top again. Douglas charging in. Stops it. Left side. Powers that reverse. Ikeda stops it. Right in its tracks. Douglas now setting up. Turns the 2-wall. Fred's going to let it go. Ikeda's got his backup. Charging up. Karam. Lamonte. Got assessed on it. Frank goes down. Everyone's all right. Point 6.
Fucking day. It's the same fucking shit.
Possible game point now for the yellow shirts. Fred and Ikeda. And to stop him, here's Anderluck and El Barba. Anderluck runs in there, stops at the 9 line, reverse played back. Ikeda thought about it, waits for the rebote, lays it up there off the front wall. And Anderluck missed it up at the 7. That is point and game. Yellow shirts of post 6, Ikeda and Fred. No playoff here, 1 places and 4 shows. Unofficial order to finish for game number 5 there, 6-1-4. 6-1 and 4. We'll get those official results coming up in just a moment. Results there for Game 5 now official. Post 6, Fred and Ikeda there on the board for the first time this week. They get the win. That's Post 1, Jedden and Ben taking second, and Post 4, Juice and Ron coming in third. 6-1-4, official order of finish for that 5th game. The $1 Canelo there, $1, 1-6, 109.50 there. Not a lot of people had that team of Ikeda and Fred there as reflective of those consolations in the exacta pool as well, so make sure to check that out. That $2 try just flashed away as I was focusing on the exacta price. But we should be looking at over 700. We'll see what it is here after it flashes by. I'm sure there are people yelling at their TV sets. 734.60. There it is. 614. That's the top 3 finishers in the exact order for that trifecta. And those consolations, the exacta pool, 6 all. Nobody had 6-1 exactly, so 6 with all, $22, and all with 1 returns $8 even. So don't throw out those exacta tickets. Up next, got the start of the feature games here. With that doubles game turned around the momentum there, we got some good, fast, fun action there. So we got 4 more feature singles game to close it out for you. Game 6, you see a couple of those new faces there. You got Douglas, you got Ikeda, you got Carballo, you got Ron, you got Kubala. In addition to you get Anderluck, Bueno, Jedden, and Ben will also be floated in those late games as well. Games 6 through 9 to close it out here are those feature singles game. Game 6 also closes out that pick 3. And we'll see those will pays coming up in a second. Post time is now just 5 minutes away. Outside placement from Poole. Macier goes back for the rebote diving, and that's a 2-ball and lands just in. That will score.
Line. Outside placement stopped by Willow. Willow plays it back. Bueno, what a rebote save on the left side. Karam stopped on the forehand of Jed. What a beautiful rebote. Jedden on the run, 2 bounces, scores. Back to the inside, Carballo goes. Douglas with the blind save. Just lobbed it up under his arm.
Man.
Rebote thrown beautifully. Anderluck gets out of the way. Rebote's back up. What a fine effort. This is a 2-ball. El Barba on the run. And it scores. Carballo picks the serve. Here's the reverse. That is a diving save by CRB. He somehow gets rid of it in time without holding it. Here's Anderluck. Carballo diving save. What a fantastic rebote thrown by Carballo. Diving save, it's up, it's in, it scores. That's why you never give up.
left side, takes an interesting hop, goes to the outside. There's Douglas. First play back to the inside, high bouncer. Carballo waits for it.
Wow.
Unbelievable Rabote save.
Carballo's there. Sidearm carom, split placement. Kubala up at the 5 line. Willow, that's in play. That is absolutely in play.
And top 10 Rabotes there from last season takes us up to just under a minute till we get into Game 6. Don't know if you guys got a flash of those will pays for the pick 3. I don't know if we're going to get them to you. 0 minutes on the clock there for Game 6. See if we can get those prices here.
All right, let's go.
Yeah, I got those will pays there. If you had 1, $475.20, post 2, $1,980, post 3, $950.40, post 4, $1,980, post 5, $1,980, post 6, $475.20, post 7, $1,980, and post 8, $1,980. Those are the will pays for the pick 3 as game number 6 is underway. Douglas Rabote back inside. There's Jedden. On a scoop. Douglas. Cortada. Stopped by Jedden. Reverse back inside. Forehand Rabote turned outside. And that one lands in. Point 1. Douglas on the board, 1 point in to receive. Post 3, that's Ikeda. Douglas high off the front wall. Here's Ikeda. Played it right to the corner of that front wall. Interesting spin. You can tell because Douglas didn't know where it was going and flicks it up over his shoulder. That's in play. Ikeda, carom, scores. Good idea. Point 3. Get on the board now, 1 point. Here's the green shirt at post 4, Carballo. It's the corner of the front wall there. Ikeda turns that back to the inside. One-handed effort, tipped, point 3. 2 straight points for Ikeda. Here's the black shirt at post 5. We have Bueno. Rabote forehand, turn hard by Ikeda. There's Bueno setting up at the 9 line. 2 wall on a quick bounce, brings it in. Soft carom from the outside. Pretty. Just pretty. Point 3. Three serves, post 6. There's Ron. Rabote forehand. Up, and away. That's into the overhead screen. Point 6. Here comes a pink shirt at post 7. Anderluck. Ron reverse 2-wall. Not going outside far enough. Anderluck back over the top. What an adjustment by Ron. Almost took his face off. Makes the catch. Forehand rebote. Into the overhead screen. 0.6. And then now rounding out the first round of play, purple shirt at post 8, we have Kubala. Wow, good pickup off the serve, goes deep. Rebote. Up at the 7 line, Ron turns it back inside. Stopped. Goes right back to it. Ron again, forehand rebote. This one's not going to pass, cut off. Kubala. Once more, set up at the 8 line this time. And that scores for Ron 0.6. That will also do it for the first round of play. All matchups worth 2 points now through the end of the game. Returning here is post 2, Jedden. Jedden, great pickup right before it crossed that side wall. Plays it to the outside. There's Ron. Rebote turned hard back inside. Let Jedden there hanging with it. Plays it back inside. Ron. Big reverse. This one's coming way out. Jedden on the move. Up at the 5, gets assessed on it. Ron winds up the costado. Plays it to the inside where it'll score 0.6. Straight points to a possible game point here for Ron. He has 5. And to stop him post 1, that's Douglas. Nice reverse there from Douglas. Rebote forehand. Ron played middle of the court. Winds up the costado. That's going to sail wide of the court. Point in a perfect game. Yellow shirt at post 6. That's Ron. No playoff here. 3 is going to place. 1 shows. Unofficial order finish for Game 6. 6-3-1. 6-3-1. Official results coming up here in just a moment. And results there for game number 6 now official. Post 6, that's Ron with the win. Post 3, Ikeda taking second. Post 1, Douglas coming in third. 6-3-1 now official there. How about the win again? I mean, that's Ron. Post 6, albeit a difficult post, but leading the win column this week in a perfect game in his first appearance here in this Friday matinee. $16 to win off of $2. How about the pick 3? $2 pick 3, 466. That's the combination. 3 of 3 numbers returns 475.20. The $2 Quinella there, 3-6 or 6-3. Public pretty much all over it. 2020 off of $2 there in that trifecta. 6-3-1, $99 even. Coming up next, we have game number 7. That all-important 7th game. Spectacular 7 singles match. Going back up to 7 points. Of course, those points double after all matchups in the first round of play, but most importantly, we will see those will pays for the high 5. As we said, that jackpot, if anyone will hit it, will be over 2,000. Should be. Well, it's going to be over 2,000, going to be over 3,000. Right around that 3,500 mark. And nobody is alive. No combinations alive. Wow, no combinations alive again for that high 5. In one performance there yesterday, there were 2 numbers, the 6 and the 8, which was Ron and Douglas there. Had an opportunity to make the high 5 go. That was in the second performance yesterday, but Bueno was the one that actually took the win. And here again in this first matinee of the day, nobody will be getting that 5 out of 5, so we're going to add whatever is carried over from this performance into that carryover, which was 1567, and we should have a even more significant potential jackpot payout for that high five in this afternoon performance, which will be starting at 4 p.m. But of course, you can get those wagers in as early as you want, especially for that high five. You can start prepping for the afternoon as soon as you'd like. 4 minutes now until we get into game number 7. And so now 2 minutes away from that 7th game as you see those will pays for the high five. 3rd performance in a row it's carried over. That's a... wish we had Stu here we can say. I don't remember the last time it's carried over this many performances there. I'm sure a lot of people out there have been tracking the high five and know that for us, but these past couple of weeks, when we've had a lot of singles games, high five's been going. Then we had those couple of weeks there where we had a shortened single roster and it was hit like 10 out of 11 performances. Just a ridiculous figure for a pick 5. And so now on a 3-performance losing streak, uncharacteristic of that high five. Of course, that wager available in all of our performances. So as we said, we'll be back in the afternoon with, trying to do the quick math here, probably right around 3,500 in the carryover would venture to guess. Sorry, not 3,500, actually right around, that'd be closer to 2,500 in that carryover. Half the pool gets carried over. So yeah, right around 2,500, a little under 3,000 for sure. So get the same amount bet into it again. This performance, you'll be looking at right around 5,000 maybe for that high five in this afternoon. We got Game 7 coming up first. Let's get right into the action. We are now ready to begin game number 7. Game 7, another spectacular 7 singles match, playing it back up to 7 points. All points will double after all those matchups in the first round of play. To begin serving the red at post 1, we have Ben receiving the blue post 2, Ikeda. Ben's serve begins game number 7. Ikeda goes for the carom off the bat, into the pad, point 1. 1 first up on the board here in this 7th game that'll bring to the court. White shirt at post 3, there's Douglas. Douglas, Karam. Ben got the speed, gets there on the outside. Hard forehand back. High scoop from Douglas. Plays this one to pass. There's Ben. Forehand rebote. Catches a piece of that overhead screen. That's out of play. Point 3. 3 now serves. Green shirt to post 4. There's Bueno. Bueno, 9 line. Winds at the costado, keeps that one inside. One-handed scoop. Bueno lost it there on the throw. Point 3. Three now, 2 straight points. Here's the black shirt to post 5. Jedden. Jedden could catch off that serve. Plays it back. There's Douglas on the forehand. Comes over the top. Keeps this one inside. Jedden right with it. Rebote to the outside. Just catches the top of the pad. Point 3. Here's the yellow shirt to post 6. Carballo. Douglas, Karam again. Point 3. Douglas now 4 straight points. Here's the pink shirt to post 7, Kubala. Strong reverse there from Kubala. Douglas turns a 2-wall. Kubala's going to get there on the outside. Forehand back over the top. Douglas reaching out, stops it. 11 line, back inside. Kubala running under it. Reverse going deep. Karam rebote. Takes Kubala outside. Looking for a big bounce. And stopped it. Dednich tracks there. Going deep. Rebote out. Forehand save from Kubala. Gets it up off the front wall. Douglas now. Hard reverse. There's Kubala again. Gives him the reverse 2-wall. Douglas on the outside. The cortada scores. Point 3. And now rounding out the first round of play. Here's the purple shirt to post 8. Ron. Reverse by Ron. Passes Douglas. Zerabote back up. Here's Ron. High off the front wall this time. Plays that back inside. There's Ron at the 9 line. This one's passing into the Chula. Very legitimate Chula there. Point 8. That would do it for the first round of play. All matchups were 2 points through the end of the game. Returning, here's Ikeda, post 2. Point 8. 3 points now for Ron. Here's post 1, Ben. Ron. Scores on that reverse, point 8. Straight points to a possible game point. For post 8, Ron there in to stop him. Here's Bueno. Post 4. Ron cuts it off at the 9 line, goes deep. Bueno turns, sets up at the 7 line. Forehand rebote back inside. Ron straight to the outside with it. There's Bueno on a quick bounce, brings it in. Goes back over the top. Ron running with it. Diving, gonna get there on a full extension dive. There's Bueno. up in the front court. Gives him the Dejada into the pad. That is point in a well-deserved perfect game for post 8 Ron. No playoff here. 3 is going to place and 1 shows. Unofficial order of finish for Game 7, 8-3-1, 8-3-1. Official results coming up momentarily. Now those results for Game 7 now official. Post 8 Ron with the win. Back-to-back perfect games for number 12 there. Taking second, that's post 3 Douglas. Coming in third, post 1 Ben. 8-3-1. It's now official for that 7th game. As you see those prices there up on your screen, the high five carryover, as you said, they're right around 2,500 upon further review. High five carryover, 24. Just over 2,400 going into the afternoon. The $2 trifecta there, 8-3-1, 129.40. And the $2 Quinella there, 3-8 or 8-3. Public all over it. As predicted there, $11.80. Don't throw out those win tickets. Nobody had Ron to win there. Consolation in the win, if you had Douglas. Collecting a little bit, $4.80. So there's that high five, the combination 2-4-6, 6-8. 2-4-6, 6-8. A lot of even numbers on the board. All even numbers. With that carryover of just over 2,400 going into this afternoon's performance. So that jackpot getting up there. Coming up next, we've got game number 8. Game 8 will be the final spectacular 7 singles match. So we got that superfecta 9.1 to close it out for you coming in game 9, but game 8, spectacular 7 scoring. Same deal as usual here. We're going back up to 7. Those points will double after all matchups in the first round of play. You see the same crew here as you've seen from about game 6 on, those feature games to close out all of our performances here. And post time for that 8th game is now just about 5 minutes away.
You're a sportsman, aren't you? Sort of. You like Jai-Alai? I like the way it's spelled. Me too. Yeah, with a J. How'd that get in there?
I can handle your workload without any help. Andy Glam, former J. Crew employee. Dr. Dante Octavarius, seahorse breeder.
Tonight. He better be. I got him wheeled in the trifecta.
Shunk Dunkirk, incontinent Jai-Alai instructor. Incontinent Jai-Alai instructor? Incontinent Jai-Alai instructor. All right, I'm calling it.
I'm trying out a new persona. I'm club owner and Jai-Alai enthusiast, Barry Mexico.
What a fun and lazy character name. Was it your first thought?
You know it. Barry Mexico gets down to business.
And that was Ron in game number 7 there, picking up his 6th win of the week already. Usually it's Douglas at this point that has 6 wins, but don't sleep on Ron there. A guy with some professional experience here. When Douglas was out, was winning seemingly almost every game he was in. Stormed to first place in those championship singles standings. Then when Douglas came back, number 13 won 45 games over the course of the last 3 weeks. To overtake first place once again. A spot that was rightfully his atop those standings before he was out with illness there for a few weeks. And now with that 6th win of the week for Ron, gives him number 69 on the season. He is just 11 behind Douglas. Started the week 16 games behind him. He's gained 5 lengths on the leader, which usually it's the other way around. Douglas has been used to extending that lead pretty much every performance since he's been here at Magic City. This is the first time we've seen the win column look like this with Douglas participating. And not taking away anything from Ron there, just been playing just great Jai-Alai, almost flawless, really not making any mistakes, and that's what he's doing. Ran 2 perfect games, has yet to lose a point in his singles appearances today, so he's the hot guy right now. No question about it. When we talk about Douglas at length, almost every performance, and guy that wears his heart on his sleeve, very competitive, and Ron a little bit of the opposite. Grew up in a more traditional highlight upbringing. As Stu talked about here, doesn't show as much emotion, but cares equally as much about that $15,000 and proving it here this week. We said he's going to have to make a comeback if he wants to threaten Douglas, and he's doing just that here in Week 16. But still a lot more games to go. We got 2 more feature singles games to close it out, so Douglas with some potential here to add to his win total. He's got 1 on the week in addition to his 3 places and 2 shows. And only 18 fantasy points if you had Douglas as an $11 value there. So gotta hope for some help. A couple more W's in these performances throughout the week if you'd like to be atop those fantasy standings. And if you're wondering what we're talking about, there is a fantasy highlight game that goes along with the action here at Magic City. The link there, fantasyhighlight.com. To sign up, it is completely free to play. And each week, there's a new contest. $150 in cash prizes goes out to the winner, in addition to gear prizes from Magic City for the month of August. It's a Magic City Highlight t-shirt, plus that $150 cash prize, and that is every week. $150 on the line, so completely free to play. Sign up at fantasyhighlight.com. We're already in the midst of the action here for Week 16, so you won't be able to play this week, but got to get those entries in before the first performance of next week. We always start our weeks on Thursday, 12 noon, so we'll update those prices for you Monday. Get those picks in before Thursday, and you can potentially take home that cash prize. And again, completely free to play, so no risk. Head on over to fantasyhighlight.com to sign up. We are now ready to begin game number 8. Game 8, final spectacular 7 singles match of this performance. We'll be playing this one up to 7. All points will double after all those matchups in the first round of play here. Serving in the red of post 1, there's Andrew Luck. Receiving the blue post 2, Ben. Anderluck serve begins game number 8 with a great catch by Ben. Goes deep right off the bat there. Anderluck turns a forehand bote. This one passes. Ben up at the 8 line, gets assessed on it, turns it outside. Anderluck hard over the top. In and out of the cested goes, point 1. 1 first up on the board. Here in this 8th game that'll bring to the court. White shirt to post 3, Ikeda. Serve scores there, point 1. It's an ace. Beautiful serve from Anderluck there. 2 points on the board for him. Green shirt to post 4. Here's Douglas. Anderluck going to the ground. That one's going to hit Douglas. Dead sprint gets there. Over the top, Anderluck. That forehand scores, point 1. Here's the black shirt to post 5. Bueno. catch by Bueno off the serve there. Anderluck on a knee, makes a forehand rebote. Charging in up at the 6 line. Hard forehand. Stopped by Anderluck there. Bueno, 10 line. Runner back inside. There's Anderluck taking it out of the air. Comes back over the top. Here's Bueno. Right along the side wall. Pulled off by Anderluck. He goes deep. This one's going to pass. Bueno back inside. Anderluck brings it down. Rebote forehand. Bueno scooped it up. Costado 2-wall. Anderluck on the outside gets there. Powers that forehand to score. Point 1. Yellow shirt to post 6. In to receive now. That's Kubala. Anderluck back inside, cut off. Kubala, 8 line. Rebote to the outside. That one hits in. Kubala diving, keeps this one to the inside. Where it'll score. Great effort by Kubala to hang in there. Gets in the point there. Point 6. And now the pink shirt to post 7. For this matchup, we have Carballo. Tip first time around there, 0.6. And in now to receive here, rounding out the first round of play, purple shirt to post 8, there's Ron. Bote forehand. Hooked into the pad there, 0.8. That will do it for the first round of play now. All matchups worth 2 points to the end of the game. Here's post 2, Ben. Serve scores, 0.8. 3 points now for Ron. Here's white shirt to post 3, Ikeda. Bote forehand back inside. There's Ikeda. Bote comes out. Played back inside. Backing up, stops it. 11 line, comes over the top. Played to the outside. Ron on a hop, brings it in. Karam is going to hit and score. 0.8. Straight points to a possible game point for Ron. In to stop him, post 4, Douglas. Rebote out to the 7 line. There's Douglas. One-handed scoop. Brings it in. 9 line going deep. Rebote left side. There's Ron turning it back inside. That one's right along the side wall. Comes off. Douglas turns the 2 wall. Ron there. Forehand. Scores for the win. Point and a perfect game. 3rd in a row for Ron there. No playoff here. 1's going to place and 6 shows. Unofficial order to finish. Unofficial order of finish there for game 8, 8-1, 6. 8-1 and 6. We get those official results coming up in just a moment. And results there. Game 8 now official. That's post 8. Ron with the win. Post 1. Anderlich taking second. Post 6. Kubala coming in third. 8-1-6 now official. A $2 Quinella there. 1-8 or 8-1. $35 even. The trifecta. 8-1-6. 189.60. How about the Ocho? 6 out of 8 in that Ocho. The highest we've seen there, 182, 466, 88, and his 6 of 8 numbers returns 2880. Carryover there of 1720, approaching that $2,000. And up next, folks, the finale here in this first matinee performance. The finale will be that Superfecta 9-point singles game, of course, to close it out for you. This game will be played up to 9 points as opposed to 7. With all those points still doubling after all matchups there in the first round of play. You see those entries up on your screen right now. Standard wagering available. You got Win, Play, Show, Quinella, Exacta, Trifecta wagering, plus your only opportunity to bet that Superfecta wager. Works similarly to that Trifecta, except you got to get the top 4 finishers in the exact order. So there's a 10-cent option on that bet if you'd like to play it. This is your only time to do so before the start of game number 9, and post time for that 9th game is just about 5 minutes away. And to explain the subtle differences between those 7-point games you just saw and this 9-point game coming up here in Game 9, there's a video to explain it. Take a look.
Spectacular 9 singles games are played with 8 players. Each player wears a different color jersey numbered 1 through 8 on the front. These numbers are traditionally referred to as post numbers. Post numbers are used to signify the order in which the athletes will play in a game. These numbers are also used for betting purposes. Don't be confused by the numbers on the back of our jerseys. Those are just for fun. Each game begins when the player in the post 1 red jersey serves to the player in the post 2 blue jersey. The served ball must land between the 4 and 7 lines marked on the court's side wall. If the ball lands between those lines, the serve is good and play continues until one of those 2 players wins that matchup. The player who loses the matchup exits the court and waits for his next turn at the end of the rotation. It's important to note that every game has 2 rounds. The first 7 matchups in a game make up round 1. Each matchup in round 1 is worth 1 point. Round 2 refers to all matchups that take place after the 7th and final matchup of round 1. The number of matchups in round 2 varies from game to game. And in round 2, each matchup is worth 2 points. The first player to earn 9 points wins the game.
And we're back after that explanation of Spectacular 9 scoring. Not too many differences here, except got to get 2 extra points. And so Ron in this first matinee performance here has an opportunity to do something that certainly haven't seen in my time here at Magic City, but definitely not in this 2020 season. Maybe last year in 2019 when Douglas was dominating the win column here, but different season here in 2020. Certainly much more competitively balanced here. Ron 3 wins. Not only that, 3 perfect games in his appearances here. So I guess if he can run this one out perfect, I mean, in baseball, a perfect game is as good as it gets, so I guess it would be a perfect performance from Ron. Don't know if there's a term for having 4 perfect games in a performance. I know 4 wins. We've said here a grand slam. We use some of those baseball terms here, triple, double, single. But the grand slam here, 4-bagger for Ron on the line in all of those games thus far have been perfect. So anyone that may have thought there that this singles race was over, guess again here, Ron waking up in week 16 and just been playing really well. And with Douglas, just based on what I'm seeing here, it's taken off the court on just some good play. I mean, it's Ron running perfect games. He gets beaten at one point, doesn't have an opportunity to come back again. I mean, that's when Douglas is really lethal. You give him 2-3 chances, especially in these superfecta games. He comes up a couple of times. He always has the potential to run it out. but Ron really not giving him an opportunity. He's winning those points against Douglas and then just storming through the rest of the competition. Got to give him all the credit in the world, because these last few weeks, he's been the one that's been taking a lot of second places to Douglas. The fact that he has rebounded here as well as he has in Week 16. Not that he's been playing bad, of course, but the way he's been winning is just really good to see, and certainly makes it a little more interesting in those championship singles standings that we'll update you with right now. We said Douglas hasn't gotten a win here. He was stuck on 80 after his one win in yesterday's performance, so still stuck at 80 wins. For Ron there, that was win number 7. Win number 7 for him on the week. So that's his 70th win of the season there, just 10 behind Douglas there. Close that gap 6 games from what it was at the start of the week. And then Ron now has opened up his lead over Bueno, who is in 3rd place, to 18 games. So Bueno there at 52 wins. And then below him in 4th, we have Tennessee, who has 46. So Bueno opened up a little breathing room for himself there in 3rd place. In 5th, you have Ikeda at 41. 6th place, you have Carballo and Ben tied at 40. And then Kubala 39. And El Barba there, 9th place at 37, and Jedden rounds out the top 10 at 33 wins. So that's how the championship singles standings look. Again, 15,000 bonus to 1st place, 10,000 bonus goes to 2nd, and 5,000 bonus goes to 3rd.
All right, let's go.
And that's a season-long race in those championship singles, so we got a couple more months to go here as we are playing through the end of November at Magic City. We got Game 9 here to close out this first matinee performance. We're ready to begin game number 9 here. Game 9, spectacular 9. Super effective match, playing up to 9 points. Serving at red at post 1, there's Carballo. Receiving the blue post 2, there's Ron. Ron goes deep. Robote all the way out up to the 4 line. Carballo turns it into the Chula. Robote not coming out. Kind of a Chula. Not a legitimate one there, but still scores point 1. 1 on the board first, and receive white shirt to post 3. Here's Kubala. Robote forehand. Kubala plays that back inside where it's tipped, point 3. Here comes the green shirt to post 4, Bueno. Forehand cut off there from Bueno. Goes back inside. Kabal sets up at the 11 line, gets it off. Just does clear that overhead screen. Bueno now back at the 11. Goes high off the front wall. Kabal charging in, trying to cut it off. He's going to wait for the Robote. Falling to the ground, keeps it alive, where it'll score, point 3. Here's the black shirt to post 5, Ben. Point 3. Kabal now serves. Yellow shirt to post 6. There's Anderluck. Anderluck over the top, back inside. Kubala, 10 line. Robote catches a piece of the side wall to score there, point 3. Pink shirt to post 7 in to receive. Here's Ikeda. Rebote forehand from Ikeda up at the 8 line. Going back for it, thought about it, waits for the Rebote to come out. Good decision there, gets it up. Scoop by Ikeda. Tried to pass him, good catch by Kubala over his head. Goes deep with that reverse. Rebote forehand. At one, up and away into the overhead screen. 0.7. And our receive rounding out the first round of play. Purple shirt of post 8. Here's Douglas. There's Douglas turning a Rebote 2-wall. Scores beautifully there, 0.8. And that will do it for the first round of play. All matchups are now worth 2 points through the end of the game. Returning, here's post 2, Ron. What a catch by Douglas. One hand up the wall. Rebote out. There's Ron. Turns a 2-wall. That scores. Equally as beautiful as the one before there. 0.2. Returning red shirt to post 1, there's Carballo. Point 2. 4 points now for Ron. Returning, here's post 4, Bueno. Bueno, nice reverse. Rebote forehand. Ron gets it up there. And it scores. 0.2. Returning, here's post 5, Ben. Rebote out. Ron, 7 line. Turns it hard back inside. There's Ben. Picks it up at the 10 line. Goes deep. Ron tried to dig it out there. Came out a little low. 0.5. Ben on the board with 2 points. Here's post 6, Anderluck. That works. 0.6. Anderluck now on the board with 2 points. Here's returning 3 post Kubala. He has 4 points. Anderluck lost it on the Rebote there up in the overhead screen. 0.3. 6 points now for Kubala. In for this matchup, pink shirt to post 7, there's Ikeda. That's an underserve. That one came up short of the 4 line there, 0.7. Here's post 8, Douglas. Rebote 2-wall? Not Rebote, that's a reverse 2-wall. Regardless, still scores. .8. Douglas now 3 points. Here's a returning 1 post, Carballo. Robote forehand. What a stop from Carballo. Goes deep with that reverse. Robote left side. Whip to the inside by Douglas. There's Carballo getting assessed on it. Lays it up off the front wall. Carballo hard back inside. One hand. Just missed it there. 0.8. 5 points for Douglas. Remember, this game played up to 9. A superfecta. Here's post 4 returning Bueno. Douglas on the left side. Tried the reverse 2-wall. Came out too low into the pad. 0.4. Bueno on the board. 2 points. Here's post 2. Ron. He returns with 6. Bueno thought about it. Waits for the rotate. That's a 2-wall. Hits on the outside to score there. Great save going to the ground. Gets him the point. 4 now. 4 points. Here's Ben. Post 5. Robote 2-wall. Yep, that hits. 0.4. 6 points now for Bueno. It's 9-point game here. Here's Anderluck, post 6. Over the top from Anderluck. Robote forehand. There's Bueno. Makes the save. Anderluck up at the 7. Sidearm forehand goes deep with it. Robote up at the 7. Bueno again gets it up. Fake the outside. Keeps it in. Bueno hangs with it. Missed it there. 0.6. A lot of points on the board here in this superfecta game. Anderluck now with 4. He serves. Post 3. Kubala. He returns with 6. That one an overserve. 0.3. First possible game point of this superfecta game here. That's for Kubala. He has 8 points. You need to stop him. Ikeda. Post 7. Right to the corner of that front wall there from Ikeda. Kubala. Catch by Ikeda over his head. Keeps this one. Try to keep it on that side wall. Took a bounce to the middle of the court. There's Ikeda. Good catch low. Fake the carom. Goes back inside where that one will score. 0.7. Going to continue here now. Ikeda with 5 points. Returning post 1, Carballo. Ikeda on the forehand. 8 line back inside. There's Carballo. Up at the 7 line now. Sidearm. Cut off. Ikeda goes deep. Bote forehand. Back to the middle of the court. There's Ikeda. Gets it up just off the front wall. Carballo narrowly gets it before that second bounce. Robote left side into the overhead screen. Out of play. 0.1. Carballo serves, returning 8 post Douglas. Carballo brings it down 8 line into the pad. 0.8. Douglas now, that gives him a possible game point. Need to stop him. Post 2, Ron. Douglas on the forehand. Sidearm. Powers it back inside where it'll score for the win. Point in game. Purple shirt of post 8. Douglas. We'll have a playoff now. Determine show and quad points at his 3rd and 4th place. We'll have Bueno serving to Ron. Big reverse from Ron. Clears the overhead screen. Bueno all the way up at the 3 line. Makes that rebote save. Forehand back inside. Scores. 2's going to show. 4 takes the quad. Unofficial order of finish for Game 9. 8-3, 2-4. 8-3, 2, and 4. Official results coming up here in just a moment. And results there of the finale. Game number 9, now official. Post 8, Douglas with the win. It's back in the win column for him, taking 2nd. That's post 3, Kubala coming in 3rd. Post 2, Ron. And with the quad point, that's 4th place. Post 4, Bueno. 8-3, 2-4 now official. The 10-cent super, that combo, 8-3, 2-4. For 10 cents, returns 74-27. The $2 Quinella there, 3-8 or 8-3, public all over it, $15 even. That $2 trifecta, 8-3-2, turns 150-60. And again, Douglas to win. Even out of the 8 post has been struggling all day, but certainly know what he's capable of every time he steps out on the court, and $9.80 to win off of $2. I'm sure they will take it out there.
Being the overall champ in the rookie season was great. I put in hours and hours of hard work in the offseason practicing, and just to show that it paid off in the end, it was really great. My goal for the 2020 season is to stay healthy, play to the best I can, but definitely I would love to repeat winning singles and doubles again this year. Like I said, I think it's going to be a lot harder, but it's definitely a push that I want. And I'm happy that everybody's getting better, and it's going to be harder for me because it pushes me to be better, and that's what I want ultimately. I would love to be the champ again this year. I am definitely going to try my best. Like I said, the competition is getting better every day, and so I'm going to push to be the best again. But we'll see. It's going to be a long 7-month season, and I'll hope to repeat what I did again.
And that was Douglas picking up his first win of this performance, only the 2nd on the week for him. And on the season, number 81 total. So those fantasy owners can breathe a little sigh of relief there. We'll see if he can pile on a couple there. We know he's certainly capable of doing it in this afternoon performance coming up at 4 p.m. Quick note on that high five there. You saw the carryover just under 2,500. Some high five stats here forwarded to us. 4 times since July 1st, there have been 3 in a row, 3 performances in a row with no high five winner, and got hit with the 4th time in all of those cases there. So 4th performance seems to be the charm there if it's not hit 1 or 2. So definitely get those bets in for the high five. Doesn't look like we'll have any scratches here in this afternoon performance there, so all programs should be good. And with that significant carryover, we should be looking at almost 5,000, certainly over 4,000 in that pool. And on that note, folks, we'll leave you with that. That will do it for this Friday matinee performance of Live Jai-Alai in the Magic City and on the Jai-Alai Channel. We're glad that you chose to join us this afternoon, and we invite you to join us again when we'll be back here to play 9 more action-packed games here at 4 p.m. We sure hope you enjoyed today's Jai-Alai action at Magic City. Please like and subscribe to the Jai-Alai Channel on YouTube. And of course, let us know your thoughts and any questions you might have in that comment section. On behalf of the players, staff, and management of Magic City, we thank you for joining us today, and we hope you'll be back here in a little over an hour and a half for 9 more games. Goodbye until we can see you back here at Magic City Jai-Alai.